Never get too comfortable. Yes, never be too comfortable. Back in the days of the Old Testament, there was a king named Belshazzar. Belshazzar was King Nebuchadnezzar's son. They were running the kingdom of Babylon. Babylon was then among the strongest kingdoms under heaven. Belshazzar led one of the most lavish lifestyles. In fact, his lifestyle was decadent. He would hold parties with women, drinking wine, drinking beer every day. Parties that would last for days, weeks, and months. He was living life to the fullest. Most of these parties were held in his palace. He liked to have the parties in his palace, his kingdom palace. However, on this night, he decided to take the notch higher. He decided to have the party in one of the city's holiest temples. So he took the party to the temple. This was to mock God. In fact, he was on a mission to prove that there was no taboo he couldn't break. In the middle of the night, he started to use the royal cups. These cups had been taken from Jerusalem and they were only supposed to be used by priests. But remember that Belshazzar was on a mission to prove there was no taboo under the sun he couldn't break. Immediately he started to use the cups. A hand protruded from the wall and wrote these words: MENE, MENE, TEKEL. MENE, MENE, TEKEL. At first, he thought that maybe he was getting intoxicated with wine. So he took a closer look at the wall and he realized that the hand was writing. In actual fact, the hand was writing MENE, MENE, TEKEL. He quickly sobered up and called for his interpreters to interpret for him the writings on the wall. When the interpreters came, they could not understand what the writings meant. So he called a Hebrew interpreter, the Hebrew prophet Daniel. So Daniel came and interpreted the writings that MENE, MENE, TEKEL. They meant that King Belshazzar, God had numbered the days of his rulership. God had numbered his days. In fact, he had been weighed and found wanting. So God was not happy with him. Belshazzar was not even worried. He never cared. He cared less. He didn't even want to repent. After all, he was the king of Babylon. And what would a Hebrew God tell him? He could not listen to anybody. He was not accountable to anybody. He was the overall king of Babylon. So there was nothing a Hebrew God would tell him. He continued to drink wine. The party continued and they continued to make merry. God was angry with him. And that night, King Belshazzar was struck dead and his kingdom was left in ruins. This video is not about the old days. This video is not about the Old Testament. This video is not about King Belshazzar. This video is not about anybody. It's not even about the kingdom of Babylon. This video is about the writings on the wall. If you've ever heard the phrase writings on the wall, they originated from this story. Writings in the wall. In the old days, it was about a king who defied God. Today, it is not about a king who defied God. Today, the phrase is used to mean that a situation is about to take a U-turn. A situation is about to take the wrong trajectory. That things are about to get to their worst. Most of the times, we read these writings on the wall and we keep ignoring them consistently. We ignore them every day until God, until the system, until our employers, until the people we love, until the people who appreciate us get tired and they disbandle the relationship until relationships take to their worst. Writings on the wall. At least by now, you've ever faced a situation where writings were on the wall, You maybe misbehaved somewhere and the writings were on the wall. We could say that in business, writings were on the wall when businesses refuse to advance in terms of technology, in terms of innovation, in terms of any other technical advancement that brings success. In business, it could be used to say that a business has been succeeded by another business because they refused to up their game, because they refused to do what needs to be done part time. There are two ways about this. You see, King Belshazzar never repented. He was not even worried. That is how it got to its worst. It was worse, it went to its worst. Sometimes, maybe today, you are reading the writings on the wall. In your business, in your career, in your workplace, you are reading the writings on the wall, but you have a nonchalant attitude. Maybe you say, I don't care. You're about to be fired. The HR has called you, but you don't care. The head of the institution has given you several warnings, but you have a nonchalant, don't care attitude. Writings on the wall. Writings on the wall. Maybe you are conducting business and you are misbehaving to the clients. The clients don't feel appreciated. They don't feel honored. Writings on the wall. Maybe it's a student who is in school, failure after failure, bad company, about to be expelled, suspended severally. Writings on the wall. Maybe it's in a marriage, and maybe your marriage is sinking low because of behavioral patterns that can be adjusted, that can be corrected, but the partners are nonchalant. They care less. They don't care about the consequences. Writings on the wall. These days, we find writings on the walls everywhere. When we don't give our best, there are writings on the wall. When we don't take our businesses, our advancements higher and higher to get a competitive advantage, writings on the wall. Writings on the wall. We could say that writings were on the wall for BlackBerry when iPhone was produced. Writings were on the wall. So this is my call today. If you notice the writings on the wall, do the honorable thing. Adjust so that you don't get disbanded, so that your kingdom doesn't end. So as I said, this video is not about King Belshazzar. This video is not about the Old Testament. This video is not even about you and me understanding what happened in the Old Testament. It is all about understanding MENE, TEKEL, the writings on the wall. Have you seen those writings on the wall? What have you done with the writings? What were the necessary measures you took for the writings? And what are you doing to avoid disbandment? What are you doing to avoid the consequences of the writings on the wall? Because either way, if we don't give our best, the writings are on the wall. So never get too comfortable. King Belshazzar got too comfortable. He thought there was no taboo he couldn't break. And any other time we gain curiosity and we gain the mastery of pride, when you combine the two and you feel that you are at the epitome of anything, you are about to get comfortable. And at the places of comfort, men and women are destroyed. Kingdoms are destroyed at the peak of pride. So know the lanes, know your lines, draw the boundaries, and always avoid the writings on the wall. In case the writings protrude from the wall, this is the honorable thing to do: to repent. Do your best. Be remorseful. Get worried. Adjust. Overwork. Overdo. Overpractice. And by so doing, you will not face the consequences of the writings on the wall, because either way the writings will be on the wall. The writings will be on the wall. Avoid the writings on the wall. The writings can be avoided, and if the writings cannot be avoided, the consequences of the writings on the wall can be avoided. I hope you found this video helpful. I pray that God blesses you. I pray that God gives you the discernment, the ability to recognize difference, the ability to know where to draw the line, where to draw the boundary. I hope this video helps you to understand that today we are moving from level to level, and our attitude is never nonchalant. Our attitude is never wanting. See you in the next video. God bless. If you're watching this channel for the very first time, I encourage you to subscribe. Thank you so much to the subscribers of this channel. Without you, we would not be producing videos. We are moving so well. We are on a journey to 2,000 subscribers. We are at I think 1.6 subscribers, 1,600 subscribers. If you want, guys, we can take this channel to 2,000 subscribers and more. God bless you so much. See you tomorrow.